Right after the premiere of Outlander Season 8, the trailer for Episode 2 was released. While the first episode mainly set the stage for the rest of the season, the new trailer suggests that the story is about to take a much darker and more emotional turn. Not only does it hint at tragedy and loss, but it also suggests that the tension between Jaime and Captain Cunningham may finally start to ignite. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the trailer, break down the key moments, and discuss some theories and predictions about what might happen next. This is the Outlander Season 8 Episode 2 trailer explained. And just a quick warning, this video contains spoilers. The trailer opens with Jaime sitting and reading the book that Brianna brought back for him, the same book he was reading at the end of the previous episode. The book is titled, The Soul of a Rebel, written by Frank, and what makes it so unsettling is that it actually mentions Jaime's death. Jaime tells Claire, "Frank doesn't mention any of my men in the battle. I can't imagine fighting without them." Claire replies, "Maybe, because you didn't." Jaime looks back at her with a hint of concern. It appears that he's reading the book in bed, and the fact that a historian documented his name more than 14 times, and even wrote about his death, is clearly weighing heavily on his mind. In the previous episode, Jaime made it clear that he was done with war. He nearly lost his life in the past, and he almost lost Claire as well. That's exactly why he didn't want to be dragged into another conflict. But Frank's book seems to suggest otherwise. The Battle of King's Mountain is slowly approaching the ridge, and everything points to Jaime being pulled back into the war once again, this time fighting alongside the Patriots. In real history, during the Battle of King's Mountain, 28 Patriot soldiers died on the battlefield. That raises an interesting question. Could Jaime be one of them? Or perhaps something even darker could happen. Jaime might die before the battle even begins, possibly at the hands of Charles Cunningham. That could explain why the book doesn't clearly document him dying alongside his men. Later in the trailer, we see a man approaching Claire, asking, "Is this James Fraser's house?" This moment cuts to Jaime appearing to be working on some sort of construction project. It's possible that this project is being led or overseen by Charles Cunningham, since we later see him walking through what appears to be a similar site. Jaime then says something very intriguing. He says, "I ought to kill Cunningham. Says the man's a danger to me." From the moment Cunningham appeared in Episode 1, it already felt like he could become a major source of conflict. After all, Jaime and Cunningham once stood on opposite sides of the war, facing each other at Saratoga. Even though Cunningham claimed that he was done with war and wanted peace, with the Battle of King's Mountain approaching, it wouldn't be surprising if he quickly returned to fighting for what he believes in. And with Jaime living at the ridge, that could put him directly in Cunningham's path. The trailer also shows Jaime, Brianna, and several others heading into the woods to hunt a dangerous bear roaming the area. This scene is intercut with Jaime talking to Claire and Roger, which makes me think that the family will start keeping a closer eye on Cunningham from now on. Another major moment in the trailer hints at a completely different tragedy. We see Rachel in visible pain, holding onto something for support. Ian quickly asks, "Are you all right?" Brianna then appears and says they need to take Rachel into the surgery. From what we see in the trailer, it sadly looks like Rachel and Ian may lose their baby. As the tension builds, we hear Claire speaking to Francis. "You've seen terrible things. I have too." This could be Claire trying to build a deeper connection with Francis, acknowledging the pain they've both endured. Through that conversation, Claire may also be trying to learn more about faith. We know Claire doesn't want to reveal that they are biologically related, but I can't help wondering if the story might eventually force them into revealing the truth. Another scene in the trailer shows Jaime holding someone down who appears to be injured, wearing dark trousers. This person might be the same man briefly seen in the background of another shot. It's possible that this man was attacked by the bear while hunting with Jaime. If that's the case, Jaime may have brought him back to the house so Claire could treat him. This could also explain why Francis is seen watching the situation unfold, and why Claire looks deeply concerned in another shot. One of the most emotional moments shows Rachel and Ian embracing each other, clearly devastated. This moment strongly suggests that they may have lost their child. Interestingly, according to the source material, Ian and Rachel did lose a child before eventually having a successful pregnancy later on. So the show may be adapting that storyline here. If that's true, it could also open the door for time jumps later in the season, allowing their story to continue evolving. The trailer also shows William standing over someone's grave. Most likely, this is the grave of his cousin Benjamin. In the first episode, William was deeply shaken after learning about Benjamin's death. Now that he's sober and thinking clearly, he may be visiting the grave to say goodbye. During this moment, William might also reflect on his son and Miss Gray, promising to do everything he can to protect them. It also seems likely that episode 2 will begin developing the romantic connection between William and Miss Gray, which was hinted at in episode 1. Another striking shot shows hands covered in blood. Based on the clothing, the wool sweater suggests that these are Brianna's hands. Since it looks like she may fire her weapon at the charging bear, the blood could simply belong to the animal. Finally, the trailer ends with Claire saying in a dimly lit room, "There's nothing I can do." This line strongly suggests that something tragic has happened to Rachel or the baby. The scene likely takes place after Rachel has been taken into the surgery, as Claire is wearing her medical apron. If that's the case, this will almost certainly be one of the most heartbreaking moments of the episode. And considering the episode is titled, "Tragedy Shakes the Ridge," such a devastating event would certainly fit that theme. Beyond what we saw in the trailer, I also believe episode 2 will place a strong focus on Charles Cunningham and his involvement in the upcoming Battle of Kings Mountain. As Cunningham begins to gain more influence within the Ridge, it raises an interesting question. Is he becoming a powerful figure among the settlers there? And perhaps the biggest mystery remains, why did that man warn Jaime that he needed to kill Cunningham? There are many directions the story could take next, but based on the trailer, these moments will likely be the key storylines driving the episode forward. And that's our breakdown of the Outlander Season 8 Episode 2 trailer. If you'd like to see more videos about Outlander, be sure to check out the playlist below and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. What do you think will happen next? Share your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.